pull my hair out my eye because I got hair on my eye. And we can get started on talking about the Troop Builder set. I am going to, real quick, we're going to make this go over here. That's what we're going to do. Make that go over there so that way I can watch both my stream and chat kind of at the same time. Can I just stick this right there? There we go. That's what I want. All right. We're talking about the Troop Builder set today. This is really cool. I picked this up today. We'll also talk a little bit about Trashmaster since I got him as well. Trashmaster is also extremely cool, and we will talk about him in just a moment. I'm gonna do some quick housekeeping streaming stuff where I just tell people that I'm streaming so that way, you know, I can have viewers, because as much as I enjoy seeing my number be 0, I do enjoy having a few viewers. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we'll talk about each of these guys a little bit individually, and if I have a comparison for them. The only one that we're really not going to talk about is the G-Axis Trooper. Tiny Robot Ed, what's up? The only one we're really not going to talk about is the G-Axis Trooper, because I am going to be trading this off and I don't want to like enjoy it. I will say I like the greeny color, this like ocean green, seaweed green color that he is. I think that's pretty cool. I think it looks good. But yeah, we're going to be talking about these guys, mainly because I already reviewed Bludgeon, and some of these will probably get their own video. I'll probably do a Quinon video now that I have this, and once I have the other Autotrooper, because I'm planning on trading this for an Autotrooper, I will probably do a video on them. So let me just let some people know that I am live, and then we will, I'm live. And then we will kind of get started talking about these. Sorry that if I'm being kind of quiet, it's just a little weird. All right, let's get started. Of course, obviously the things you guys want to see is the Troop Builder set. So we're gonna move. Like I said, we're not really gonna talk about this. It's just Skullgren. Like it's almost literally it's identical to Skullgren. The ones we will talk about, we're going to move Autotrooper, and we're going to talk about the Quinon first. Quinon seems like the sleeper hit of this set. So this is a re-release and a repaint of the Bailiff from the Quinon Pit of Judgment set, and I think it was only a matter of time before we either got this as a selects release or as an individual release. This joint is stuck here, and I've noticed this thigh swivel is really tight. I've noticed each of these figures has like a tight joint on them. Of the 3 that there we go. Let me pop that off real quick and then see if popping it back on will let me. No, that is just tight, man. Can we? There we go. Okay. Whatever was catching it is now loose. This one's still a little tight. Okay, there's just a little bit of paint at the top that was keeping it tight up. All right, there we go. Okay. But yeah, each of these figures has like a really tight joint. The Quinon Bailiff specifically is really nice. This was a big reason I wanted to get the set, along with the Autotrooper back there. And I actually do have the original Alicon here. And you can see, so if you guys have never seen the Bailiff before, or was like me and never really cared to look at all the differences, new shoulders, new chest, waist piece is the same, but then also new head. And is the tail any different? The tail looks the same, but the section, let me pop this forward. There's the section right here behind the head, and that is different. That is different as well. So overall, lots of new pieces. It's subtle changes, but they do look really good, and I'm glad to have both because it means that I can have 2 Alicons in my collection who, in vehicle mode or alternate mode, look relatively the same, but then when they transform, they look different, which I like. I really like that. Like he can be an Alicon or a Quinon. I mean, both of them are Quinons. It's just like he can either be the Bailiff head or he can have the Alicon head. And if you also like, you could totally just pop the Alicon head on the Alicon if you prefer different colors, or if you just want 2 Alicons. I'm gonna leave the Bailiff head on there because it is what it is. But if you get multiples of these and you already have this, then like popping this on and having a new Alicon really does like make it worthwhile. Or if you're like me and you were waiting on a re-release of the Bailiff, here you go. This is your time to get it. The only complaint I have, and actually, never mind. I've solved the complaint because I'm stupid. So my initial complaint was that the mace weapon, because if you messed with the Alicon mold, you know that the spear weapon has this little slot on it for vehicle mode, so it can tab in on the back. Well, I didn't realize that these could combine, which meant that there is a slot on the back. So if you want to, you can store the combined weapon on the back. I didn't realize that. Let's get these guys transformed. Let's transform them. I'm gonna just to kind of show off the transformation initially. I'm gonna transform the Alicon. And I really like the Alicon mold. Like, it's such a simple transformation, but it is effective. I will say, for what it is effective, and I like that. By the way, this is the piece right here. It's this joining piece that's different between the two of them, which is a really weird piece to make different between the two of them. And it makes me wonder if maybe the normal Alicon head doesn't fit because there's a slot in there specifically for like the head fin to go down into. This flips back, that tabs in, fold the legs forward and fold out the feet, fold the feet forward, tab in the arms. Yeah, if you've never transformed this guy, he kind of just wears his robot mode as part of his beast mode. He doesn't really convert so much as he kind of just turns around. And we'll tab the spear. Actually, we'll give the Alicon the spear. There we go. That hand's kind of loose. We'll put it in his other hand. There we go. And there's the Alicon. The standard Earthrise Alicon. And now we'll transform the Bailiff. So flip this forward. That is really tabbed in. Can we just pop that out? Please? Oh my god. There it goes. Okay. Yeah, that tab snugs in there very, very tightly. I'll rotate this around. I think the swords... No, the swords are the same too. Rotate this around. Spin the legs around. Tuck in the head. Fold that in. Tab that in. Bring the legs forward. Tab in the arms. And it's just a nice and quick and easy transformation as well. Oh, the shark head tops are different. I didn't notice that. But yeah, the shark head tops are different. It's subtle, but they are different. And then we can tab the weapon onto his back. So here they are in their beast modes. It is, like I said, it's a very subtle difference, but you can see this one has like a square and like more notches here. This one has more of a strip, and it also has this ribbing going down, and this one has the kind of the round bulbs back there. That is interesting, but I like it. And you can see, like I said, it's little differences that make this guy, and it's really just those shoulders, the head. But in alligator mode, yeah, they do. It's one of those things where you look at them and you immediately know they're the same mold, but the more you look at it, it's very clear that these are different figures. I really like this mold. I really like the fact we get a second chance at the Bailiff. If you already have a Bailiff, this is another way to get another one. So if you're one of those guys who needs like a million of the Troop Builder dudes and you've already got 2 Alicons and the Bailiff from the one set, here's your other Bailiff. And there you go. Now you have 2 Bailiffs in 2 different colors and then your Alicon. So that's how it is. And maybe you could give your old Bailiff the new Bailiff's head, wherever there it is, the new color head. Or you could get more of these and do their other head, but whatever. This is really cool. Really, really happy with these, and I just redid my Quinon shelf, so that way I had room for this guy. So very excited for this. So now I have 2 Alicons and 2 Sharkticons, and I'm glad the Alicons are different. If I can make my Troop Builders a little different, I will make them a little different. Should we do the boring one next? The Bailiff, come get him. Should we do the boring one next? I know that the Purple Seeker is not very interesting. So we'll talk about him, I guess. We'll talk about Purple Seeker. He's fine. It is quite literally just like, I'm just going to bring in Thundercracker, because here's Thundercracker, because that's what everyone was comparing this guy to, was Thundercracker. And I've left his null rays on the back just because I am colorblind, and these guys are very similar colors. So if I put his null rays on, which I know they're not null rays, that's Starscream's thing, yada, 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 don't at me. If I put his cannons on, I would not be able to tell these guys apart, aside from a couple very subtle differences. So on the chests, Thundercracker has silver turbines, this guy has black turbines, and on the legs, on the kneecaps, Thundercracker has gunmetal gray, this guy has silver. So very, very subtle differences. I think the silver's a little brighter on this guy as well. It might just be the lighting, but I do think that. This is also a great way, if you have Thundercracker and Skywarp, this is a great way to have a normal head for Skywarp if you just want a normal one. And you can give the weirdo dull surprise head to the Seeker. You could do that. Vehicle mode, it literally looks like every other like Seeker vehicle mode. It's not special. It really isn't. It's just if you've handled Thundercracker and Skywarp and you know, like, there's not even paint on the black things. So it's just one of those deals where it's quite literally Thundercracker, but a slightly more purpley color. And I don't really want to dwell on it too much or really show off the vehicle mode because it looks the same as every other Seeker. Weird Indigo Seeker that came in the Heroes of Cybertron pack. Oh man, I don't even know what the Heroes of Cybertron pack is. I mean, it's cool that we get a Seeker. I just wish that, because they said that this was like a purple Seeker, I wish he was purple. I wish he was just like purple, like, instead of this weird kind of like knockoff Thundercracker. So yeah, it's just really unfortunate that it was this. This is one that I much like the G-Axis Trooper, I'm probably gonna get rid of this. And it really sucks too, because this guy like jacks up the price because he's a Voyager and they charge you for the Voyager. So it really sucks that they include a character that realistically, I mean, because the Seekers really, I mean, they do come in purple and they do, like, there's a little bit you can do. I wish they included the dull surprise head or even the cone head, so you could have like a normal Seeker with a cone head, because the cone heads do fit in the normal cockpit. It's the normal Seeker heads that don't fit in the cone head cockpit. So I wish they would have included something for this guy, because he doesn't get anything in the Troop Builder pack. He just gets the laser cannons. Or maybe this would have been a cool way to include, you could have included them in black so they match almost any other Seeker, but you could have included the like the Universe Classics Ramjet and Dirge arm cannons that were bigger. You've definitely seen it, and it's probably what you're thinking of. For reference, it's what Hotlink would have looked like in G. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, it's just it really sucks that it's such a off color, and that he does not get an alternate head or any new accessories like the other guys, because it would have been so easy just to include the cone head on this. And then I think at least people would be like, oh well, it's a cone head on the normal Seeker body, that's kind of interesting. Or these are pinned in, which really sucks, because if these were just frictioned on, these totally could have been replaceable with other stuff. It would have been really cool if it was like a mix and match part builder set for the Seeker, where it had like the cone head shins and the cone head, and you could, so that way you could have like a normal Seeker with cone head shins, or a cone head Seeker with whatever, or just a conehead Seeker with the own legs. And like, they could have done stuff to make them look a little different, and it really sucks that it's just weirdo colored Thundercracker. So but that, it is what it is. We'll set him off to the side. We'll put him over here. Let's talk about the Autotrooper. This is my first experience with this mold. I just did a review on Cloud Cover. He's a better army builder than this weird guy. Dude, okay, so real talk. I also did a review on Cloud Cover. It shockingly did stupidly well. But Cloud Cover, he was on my weirdo Decepticon shelf. He was on my random Decepticon shelf. I promoted him to my G1 shelf because my G1 shelf is kind of, for Decepticons, is kind of empty. Like, I have Megatron, I have Starscream, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Soundwave, Shockwave, Astrotrain, and Blitzwing. And then I have the old Prime Wars Insecticons. But my shelf looked really empty, so I was like, who can go there? What do I got? And I was like, I could just throw a Seeker on there. I have Cloud Cover, so I just put Cloud Cover up on there. And I have the second Starscream right here. This is the Coronation one. I have the second Starscream that I want to turn into Sunstorm. I just haven't yet. But one day I will turn this into Sunstorm. One day. All right, Autotrooper. This is my first experience with the Ironhide mold, the Siege Ironhide mold. And It's interesting. I like the torso flip that this thing does, and I'll talk about that a little bit. The accessory is absolutely insane. Love this accessory. I do have the animated head on here. And that was like a big reason that I got this guy. What I wanted the Troop Builder pack is because, one, I didn't have this mold, and I really wanted to try out this mold. I'd never had it before, and I hadn't had this mold before, and it's an animated figure, and I'm trying to get all the legacy animated stuff. So if that's the case, I needed this one, and I'll kind of bring the head sculpt in. It's a really, really nice head sculpt, and I really like his Autobot symbol. He has like this kind of unique wavy Autobot symbol. I don't know if it's going to show up well on camera, but there it goes. Yeah, he has this really, really unique pseudo guard Autobot symbol, which is really, really cool. This guy is awesome in robot mode. He has lots of articulation. Like there's a lot of articulation on this buck. Now, I mentioned earlier that every figure has a tight joint. Unfortunately, the tight joint on this guy is the neck. So I'm gonna be very careful. There we go. It is ball jointed, but it is extremely tight, and I might see if I can dip some like get a dropper and put just a little bit of oil or something up in there, like some vegetable oil. I don't know if that's a genius idea or not. I need to find a way to loosen that up. So I might do some Googling later. But yeah, he's so dynamic. He is so nice. I'm really excited for this guy. I'm really excited to put this guy on my animated shelf. I want to get another one. I will say I want to get another one of these guys. I'm hoping to trade either the Seeker or the G-Axis Trooper for another one of these guys. Just because he is so cool. Let's transform him. Let's do that. So getting this out of his hand. By the way, this is such a cool weapon because not only is it like a hammer, you can stick it in his hand the other way, and it's like a big bazooka, and then he can also hold it from right here, also as a hammer. So he can hold it either from there or there as a hammer, all up to your preference, and that's really, really cool. Especially if you have multiples of this guy, you can have him wielding it different ways, which is super cool. So I've only transformed this guy to robot mode once. Oop. So forgive me if I miss a step or forget something. I know this opens. I know his head tucks into there, and I know this piece folds back. So then these come like this, and the arms go like that. These go like this, and the arms go like this. And I know this mold is not very accurate to like what the Autotrooper looked like in animated. This should, yes, this spins around, and then this tucks in up there. This part popped off on me the first time I did it, but it seems to have loosened up now, so that's good. So there we go. And then the legs, these panels fold out, and the legs flip open on themselves. There's a little bit of the Earthrise the Studio Series engineering in here. There's a little bit of that in here. These panels tab into the side here, right? Yes. These panels tab into the side, and then these come up over the arms. And that gives us our Autotrooper in vehicle mode. And I mean, like, I get why they were like, hey, this is going to be our animated Autotrooper. Because, like, this is kind of close to that thing Ironhide and Ratchet turned into on Cybertron. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's not one-to-one, obviously, but it's close enough. The Autotrooper is really what you want on this. It's a great use of the mold. You don't have a version of the Earthrise mold. I don't have the Earthrise one. I don't have any version of this mold. I don't have Ratchet, don't have Ironhide from the 2-pack. I don't have Crosshairs. I don't have Siege, Ironhide, or Ratchet. This is my first time with this mold. I will show off the Kiss Player's head. The Kiss Player's head is, I mean, it's nice. It looks like the Kiss Player head. So I will say, I want to show this off because this is weird, and I don't know if a lot of people have seen how this guy's head works for the swap gimmick. Because for the most part, it's all ball joints, right? Like every figure is going to be using ball joints to swap heads. Pop that back up. Lift up this panel. Tap that in. Okay. Fold all that down. The legs are kind of interesting on this because they just kind of explode everywhere. Okay. So the head swap gimmick on this guy, it doesn't pop off the ball joint. It's in two pieces. So you actually slide it forward, and like the core of the head stays back. I thought I was missing a part when I first got this head, but no, it's on this like track, and then you, let's see, tab that back on, and there he is with the Kiss player's head. So it does kind of suck. You can't just take like a prowl or like a or something and pop this head on here. It does suck. I have a feeling like some cocky 3D printer guy. Uh-oh. I really hope I'm not stuck with the Kiss player's head on this. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There he goes. There it goes. That's a little tight on there. I'd much rather be stuck with the animated head. It does suck that you can't like just pop this onto any body, that you have to have that back section. But I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know if that's how all the Ironhide heads work, but it is interesting that they went with a Kiss player's faceplate for this character. But it does, I mean, that's what the animated Autotrooper was based off of, and you can see a lot of the DNA between the two here. It makes me wonder if they might just retake this mold and repaint it as Fistatron and like a Selects or something, which would be kind of cool. And that, I mean, that'd be kind of neat. Be cool to get animated Fistatron. Since they're doing animated Motormaster, you know, we have the leak for that. It would it'd be pretty neat, pretty cool. So I'm gonna move the Autotrooper. That's it. That's all that I really have. I mean, we can talk about the G-Axis Trooper, I guess. We'll talk about the G-Axis Trooper. I'll pour out his accessories. We'll talk about him. Before we get to Trashmaster, we will talk about the G-Axis Trooper. I won't swap the head. Oh, but hang on, look at this, look at this. I will say, the head looks like it does the same thing that the Autotrooper head does, where it's on like a track and you switch it out, which I know for a fact Skullgrin's doesn't work that way. So he does have the Skullgrin tail, which is kind of funny, and it just plugs on, just like Skullgrin, and it's fine. It's whatever. We can transform him. Let's get him into robot mode. Check out the tolerances on this guy. Bring the legs and the knees up. I'm just going to separate it. Bring that up like so. Bring the foot down and tab that part in. I don't like Skullgrin's legs. Skullgrin's legs transformation is very, very awkward. Although it's going pretty smoothly on this version, so that's nice. This folds up. This comes out. Rotate that. Push those up. Swing that forward and tab that in. And then we can flip out the hands. Flip out the hands. Rotate the arm. Come on. There we go. And we can adjust the horns on this guy. There we go. Give him his backpack. And there we go. I do have Skullgrin, but judging like just like looking at this guy, I can basically tell you what's new. It's literally just the chest and head. The chest and head is the only thing that's new. This does not like tabbing in. I will say that did not tab in very well. But yeah, the chest and head are the only new pieces on here, which is neat. It's kind of neat. It's okay. These feel a little more like loose. The tolerances are pretty good, I will say. This mold hasn't been reused, so it's only the second use. Attempting to swap the head? No, I don't want to try it. I don't want to try it because I do want to trade this or sack it out or whatever. Piece it out. I think the colors look good. I think the figure looks nice. It's just not something that I would really be happy having in my collection. The swords are the same swords from Skullgrin. I'm just going to put them up on this guy's backpack. And there we go. There is the G-Axis Trooper. He's fine. He's whatever. Let's talk about let's get the Alicon back in here. There we go. Let's talk about Trashmaster. Trashmaster is who I picked up today as well. And this guy's pretty slick. He rolls really, really well, as you just saw. Like, stupid well. That popped off. That popped off. That is unfortunate. I am trying to wiggle this out of his hand. Oh, you gotta lift that up. There we go. Yeah. So if you don't lift up the jaw, it seems like it just pops out and gives up. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna set this off to the side because parts forming, haha. And then let's see, how do we do this? Do these, I think these have to come off too for clearance reasons. And then I know this piece and these kind of, yeah, there goes the legs. I know this has to come down. There we go. And this folds out. And this, oops, nope, not you. Not you, no, get back on there. No, you don't have to fall off. No. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this snaps in like that. This folds down and this comes around here. The arms separate and swing forward and tab in. Man, does this really just hang out on his butt? That's kind of unfortunate that it just hangs out back here. This goes right there. Yeah, oh my god, that kind of sucks. That he just has this huge piece of kibble hanging out back there. Rotate, rotate, and then the head flips up. There he goes. And there, move that, is Trashmaster. And he's pretty neat. I'm trying to see, where does he... Okay, his legs do come off. Okay. I was trying to see like where he weaponizes, because his arms are mushroom pegged on. Like, so I was trying to see if his legs actually did weaponize. It seems like he's not as much of... Oh my gosh. It seems like he's not as much of a weaponizer as the other Junkions, which is fine because he's a Voyager. But it's also like, man, it's kind of unfortunate because that's like their whole gimmick of the Junkions is that they're weaponizers. So kind of having the big, and this would have been like our first Voyager one. So that is a little disappointing. I got Trashmaster. Dude, nice. What are your thoughts on Trashmaster? How are you feeling? What are you feeling about him? I'm just gonna stick these pieces on his back. That feels like the host with the most thing to do. Some people are saying that like this, like someone said, I know early on we were like, oh man, this is totally gonna be animated. Whoa, those elbows go all the way up. Early on we were like, oh, this is totally gonna be an animated Retgar eventually. I don't think so. I think if we get animated Retgar, I think it's gonna be off something else. Cause this, I don't know. I'm not getting animated Retgar from this, even like engineering wise. And I don't know if that's just me or what. I do like that he has like these molded trigger fingers though. That's kind of cool. Yeah, no, this guy's kind of neat. He'll definitely be going on my random Autobot shelf with my other Junkions and whatnot. And it's pretty cool to get some new Junkions who turn into different stuff. And I will be posting some photos on my Instagram of Truckosaurus or Trashosaurus, Junkosaurus, whatever they were calling it, the big Junkion combiner, as much as I can do it, because I have tow line, so I should be able to do tow line and roll cage. What's the other one? Tow line. What's the first one? What was the first one's name? I don't proportionally it can't. I don't think it's Retgar. I'm way behind. I'm heading up to TFCon Orlando. Oh, cool. TFCon Orlando is going to be awesome. Yeah, I just don't get animated Retgar from this. Like, when it comes to something like the Autotrooper, I feel like this mold works fine enough because the Autotrooper is a nobody character. It's a nothing character. But for a character that was kind of as big and popular as Retgar from animated, I feel like you want to give him something a little more his own. There's like a Transformers video game character called like Railway or something like that, and he turns into a trash truck, and it looks almost like it's so close to this, and I think that might be the retool, which would be insane because that's such an obscure character. But hey, I mean, they're going kind of obscure with some of this stuff, so who knows? It's all who knows right now. Are you going to? I am not going to TF Scrap Hook. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to TF Con Orlando. Yeah, Scrap Hook. So I have Trashmaster now. I have Scrap Hook. I have Tow Line, and I have Crash Bar. So I should be able to do Junkosaurus. I don't know if you need two Crash Bars. But eventually we're gonna get Road Pig. So, which is probably gonna be from Crash Bar. So, That's the goal. Turn customize the Autotrooper into Snowcat. I think you can get away with just putting on the Kiss player's head and then putting a Decepticon symbol on him and calling it a day there. Like, I feel like you don't really need to do a lot for him. I feel like you can get away with just doing that and calling it Snowcat, because it looks pretty close from what I remember, but I haven't seen the Snowcat mold in a while. I can grab the other Junkions real quick. We'll kind of move some dudes aside. Ooh, I bumped my microphone. Hey, Samurai Drift. Oh yeah, join my Discord. Do join my Discord. It's linked in every single one of my videos. Thank you, Rain. Thank you. Let me move this guy. We'll leave the Seeker over there. But yeah, we'll grab the other Junkions real quick because they're very cool. Let me grab Towline first because he's doing free advertising. Give me your beans. I believe Thew has it. Cluttered Desk made a Snowcat out of it. Turned out amazing. So here's Mystery Machine Man himself. My other Junkions are harder to get to. I had to redo I redid my shelf kind of recently. Here's Crash Bar. And there is Scrap Hook. I haven't grabbed Scrap Hook off the shelf in a hot minute because I haven't needed to. There's been no reason for me to grab this guy. Every now and then I'll pick up Towline because I think Towline is really cool. But here we go. There they are, all together. The three Autobot Junkions. They look. I mean, these two look like they fit together. It really is weird that Crash Bar has so much brightness on him. Which, I mean, like we were kind of talking about how some of the combiners, they have the old matching color, and then like there's just one dude who's kind of out of place, and it's Crash Bar in this scenario. But I guess if you throw Towline in there, then it's definitely Towline. Crash Bar doesn't seem so out of place. Snow for Wave 2 Legacy United. I don't think they are going to. We've also seen a lot of Legacy United. So I'm going to try and form Junkosaurus here. I'm going to Google Junkosaurus, and I'm going to try and make that live on camera. Transformers, Junkion, Combiner. Because I think... let me look at some images of this. I think we can get away with doing that. So it looks like you need 2 Crash Bars. I only have the 1, which is unfortunate. But I do have some images here that give me a pretty good look at what he looks like. So let's try this. So it looks like for the 2 cars, we just need to get them in car mode. So that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to remove their accessories and turn them into cars. Oops. Rotate. Come on. There we go. And rotate the head back. So yeah, we're going to try and make Junkosaurus live on camera. It looks like we just make them cars. And then the arms... it looks like it folds in on top of itself. It's really weird. It's hard to explain how it looks. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that into car. And then it looks like this. It looks like it collapses in like that. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what we'll do. And I'm hoping we can do this with two scrap hooks. I hope you don't need axle grease to do this, because if you need axle grease to do this, I think that's ridiculous and dumb. I just think that would be silly that you need like the Decepticon one to make it. Scrap Peak also has yellow. Hang on, let me. Oh, sorry. It'd be sick if Hasbro to do. Enertron and Megatron was announced. It's a core class. Why not? The green throws it off so much. The upcoming Scrap Peak has yellow. Amputesaurus. You can just convert the scrap hook or tow line into car mode normally completely and just rotate the entire butt half up. Axle grease is not necessary. Okay, so so we can totally use 2 scrap hooks. That's what the goal is to just use 2 scrap hooks, because at least then they're all Autobots. And that's my problem with Axle Grease, is she's not an Autobot. She's a Decepticon. I don't like doing the whole cross-factional combiner thing. It's the same problem. I think Rain had this problem with Wingfinger being an Autobot, that it was just like, we never got a Decepticon Wingfinger. The fleet flip out and can angle to have a flat foot. It just makes no sense why they would never do an Autobot or a Decepticon version of Wingfinger when everyone else got one, and then everyone else got like a factional counterpart aside from Wingfinger. So that was just silly. And same, kept the other 2 fossilized. They made a blue or green Wingfinger. Dude, for real. Wingfinger was such a good mold for the fossilizers too. Okay, so now we can bring these in. We can get scrap hook. Okay. We have... Okay, and then I believe, judging by the images, the feet kind of come out like that. And this is going to give us our legs. I figured scrap hook toe line could be used either way. But the only time I had seen toe line used, they had swapped toe line for scrap hook. So I didn't know. Yeah, those are the legs. Skelevore and Tricranius were awesome repaints. Didn't have much purpose. Dude, Skelevore is so cool. Skelevore is so sick. All right, so there we got our legs. I'm looking at the photos here. I'm trying to see how Trashmaster compacts up. Because man, that is awkward. That is awkward as hell. Okay, so... Okay, I kind of got a good look at the photo. So it looks like... Again, I'm just going to pull off everything that I don't really need. It looks like the head folds down. So we fold the head in. So this guy's head on my copy, there's like some piece of plastic on this side that keeps it from pushing down. So I just got to put a lot of pressure on it. Okay. And this folds up, and it goes like this. And then the legs... Hang on. Do we remove the legs? The legs are going to go on to these guys, it looks like. Okay, so it looks like the legs go on to these dudes. Like this. So the legs come off. And it looks like they go like this. Looks like they go like this. Whoa! Whoa. Okay, let me move all these extra bits. Let me move all the extra bits out of the way. Okay, so it looks like they go like this. Okay. Okay, so there we have that. Okay. And then how does... Okay. So then... This piece is like this. Then these fold back. Okay, I think this stays on. I think this piece stays on. The front end of the truck. Or no, it flips around. Flip around the front end of the truck like that. And then that goes like this. And then the arms just fold back. Like in vehicle mode? Right? And then how do they combine? How do they connect? What? Am I missing something? Am I stupid? Am I dumb? Whoa, there's so much here. Plug them into Trashmasters basically in truck mode but flat. Put the saddlebags on the wheels. Oh! Okay, I'm not playing with all my pieces. Hang on, okay. Yeah, never mind, I'm wrong. Okay, so... Hold up. Hold up! What? What? The saddlebags fit perfectly on the tires right there. Like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I forgot about the saddlebag pieces. I forgot about that. That is insane. Okay, so it's Trashmaster who allows either any version of the toe line to be a leg. It's Trashmaster and the guys. Okay, and then we just make the arms truck mode. Okay, so we just truck mode the arms. Put them. Come on, get into trash truck mode. So it's Dude, I'm so bad at trash mastering. I am not a trash master is what I've learned. Okay, and then the get out of here. This has to hook up somehow. The question is how. Let me look at the trash guy. How does that work? Oh! Oh! This is... Okay, so hang on. I think this is like the wrong way. I think this is the wrong way. I think if this goes like that. No? Maybe? Hang on. How? Okay, so yeah, that goes like that. Hang on. This goes like that. Right. No, I have it upside down. Have it upside down. Okay, this goes on these. Okay. This goes on these. Somehow. I can't keep them connected. I think there's a piece that goes between there, but then this goes on right there. And then these go back like that. Okay. That goes like this. Okay. And now this plugs into that right there. That's how it works. My saddlebags are a little loose on this. There we go. That's how we're getting it. Okay. Okay. Rotate the front of the garbage truck on the top of the head, plug the face. Take the front of the truck off. Yes. Does not break. Do not break it. There we go, though. We got it going on. Got it going on. Let me catch this up to myself. Okay. Pan that up. Okay. So now it is this guy's turn, who, as far as I know, he kind of just folds up into his car mode and then is kind of just hanging off. Like, kind of like that. He's not very well integrated. And I think you need this piece, if I recall. Right? Give me this. I think it's this piece. You have to take it out, and then... Man. Oh, I pulled off his leg. Yeah, my saddlebags don't connect into that tab very well right there, which is a little annoying. But it looks like, judging by the arm, let me look at the arm one more time. Okay, so this one goes down like that. The arms just fold up. They do vehicle mode stuff where it looks like they just fold up. If I can get them to tab in. There we go. They just fold up. And then this comes down. Oh, hang on. These open up. This comes down. Like so. This wheel folds up. And then this leg turns around. Tabs in here. collapses, and then that folds up, and then this tabs in right there. Ah! That was an awful connection. Unless I did that wrong. Because there is a tab right there. Did I do this wrong? There's a tab here too. Is it? Can that tab in right there? I'm sorry, I'm just trying to figure. Oh! He just keeps falling apart. All right, but we got most of them done. We got the main chunk, done, which is kind of what I wanted. I just wanted to see how the Junkion combiner works. It's really cool that they were able to get this out of here, like out of this mold, and especially for the fact that like all of this was planned, like all at once. It feels like, and that's a really nice feeling. That just everything kind of came together and it worked, and I really like that. Oh, you know what? Is it these? Is it really these stupid pipes? Is that how you connect them? Is it, or is it like the arms or some other stupid piece that I'm missing? I'm just not seeing it. I bet it is. I bet it's something like that. I bet it's some dumb connection. Like, oh, you stick the pipe in front of the wheel, and then you stick them. Yeah, that's it. That's totally it. That's 100% how you do it. And so then you just stick the other one over here or whatever, or put it on his other, you know, just take this one, stick it right there or whatever, wherever it fits. There we go. There we go. That's most of Junkosaurus. And then once Road Pig comes out, whoa, he is very wobbly. I mean, like, it's well done. It's well executed. And I will say that, like, the legs, they lock and in place, and they clearly have a spot to go. It's just, like, it all relies on the connections between 5mm ports, which, as you can see, is not super great on my copies. So it really makes you kind of wonder what would happen if they did this again, if they planned this out a little bit more, because I believe this is like the first one that is like quote unquote canon, because the wing finger one, they added the head for it, but that was more so people could kind of just play with the idea of like weaponizer combiner things, whereas this one, like, I mean, we can throw these on the side of the head just to give it some more oomph. There we go. Like, this one very clearly is designed to be like this, at least to some degree. There was thought put in the leg connections and the torso. It's designed to be like this. So that's pretty intriguing. That's pretty exciting to me as well, that we got this out of Legacy. With that, though, I think we're going to close out the stream, because we've covered everything kind of I wanted to talk about. We got Junkosaurus up for the most part. I will not be getting a second crash bar. Once Road Pig comes out, I will definitely do that, which I think that's going to look kind of interesting, having Towline and Road Pig on here. That's going to be a little weird. But we even talked about the one I didn't want to talk about. We talked about the G-Axis Trooper. But yeah, we covered G-Axis Trooper and Random Seeker Guy and the Bailiff reprint and the Autotrooper, the really exciting one. Yeah, I think out of the 4-pack, I definitely think the Autotrooper and the Quinon are the winners. I think the like this and the Bailiff, I definitely think are the winners. I do think the G-Axis Trooper, I think if you like Skullgrin, let me phrase it with this. If you like Skullgrin, you will probably like this. Or if you're a fan of like the Marvel UK series or just the Generation 2 comic series, you will like this guy. He is a neat looking guy, and I was wondering what they were going to do with Skullgrin, and they clearly were like, okay, we're just going to make him a generic, because I feel like what happened was they had this guy's mold, someone mentioned this, and then someone else went, well, what if we turn Skullgrin into a generic when they were tooling him? And that's how this happened. So I think like I said, I think if you like Skullgrin, you will like this mold. You will like this figure. The colors are nice at least, and if you have G-Axis, it'll probably look good standing next to him. I don't know if it's worth troop building though. It's just one of those ones that it doesn't feel worth it to me, whereas they're doing a lot of Transformers animated stuff right now, and if you want the whole Transformers animated Legacy collection, you're gonna need the Autotrooper. You're gonna need the Autotrooper. Or if you're one of the real weirdos who just really, really wants that Kiss player head, it's there for you, I guess. It's there for you. And then, of course, I mean, who doesn't need more Alicons? Everyone needs more Alicons. This was such a hard mold to get. Like, this thing in Earthrise was such a difficult figure to get, and it amazed me the fact that they instead of Sunstreaker and the Alicon, they repacked RC and Wheeljack. That really blew my mind, especially when Wheeljack was in the Netflix wave. But hey, that's just me. That's just me talking, I guess. The Decepticon Seeker is mid. He kind of sucks. The three of these guys, the 3 deluxes, are really great. I really wish there was another deluxe. I don't know what they would have done. I really don't. They could have just done like a because they did the Autotrooper. I guess they couldn't do a Seeker, but they could have done maybe a like a Viacon from something. I feel like they could have done a Prime Universe Viacon from, I don't know, maybe the Datsun body, or one of the numerous car bodies. I feel like someone has a custom Viacon from something in Legacy that they could have used. There's so much. Or maybe just even a better I am glad that it's not the stupid, I'm glad it's not Ramjet, because we've gotten so many Ramjet repaints, so I'm glad, but at the same time, it's one of those deals where it's like, man, I wish it was something else. I wish there was just a little bit more to this guy to make him unique or different in some way, because the bailiff has the alternate head and it's the bailiff body. This guy has the alternate head, and then this guy has the new chest and the new head. So this guy has a lot of new parts on him too, but this was tooled in from the start. This is just a re-release. This guy has a new chest and the new head, which is like pretty nice. And for a nobody character, like here's the alternate head. I think the alternate head actually looks pretty freaking sick. I feel like that's good enough for a lot of people, like just looking cool and being like this crazy skeleton warrior guy. I think that's really cool. I feel like if they had included the cone head for this one, as well as like alternate shins, to make him look just a little different, just enough different that like we could fan make a character or whatever out of him and be like, oh yeah, this is the Seeker that has the cone head but the normal wings, but he also has the cone head shins. I feel like that would be a cool character, or at least a cool Seeker to add. It'd make him worth owning on the shelf. But and then Trashmaster, who wasn't part of the 5-pack or the 4-pack, he's just here. Again, going back to the 4-pack real quick, I think 4 deluxes would have been better. I think it would have been a little cooler. They could have put in, let me look. What's another? They could have done the Viacon. We got the Autotrooper, which is really the only troop builder. They could have done the Strike-A-Drone off of Warpath. They could have done the Strike-A-Drone off of Warpath, which would have been kind of interesting to see. Is there another one maybe? I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, they really could have. I think that might have been the only other item, and then you include a sticker sheet with an Autobot symbol or a Decepticon symbol to decide, or maybe even like a Viacon or a Maximal symbol from Beast Machines. Where's the Seeker's other null ray? Oh, the null rays are on his back. Both null rays are on his back. But yeah, with that all said, I think we're going to close out the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing, and having everyone jump in was very, very nice. I really enjoyed doing this with you guys. So I love talking with the chat and seeing everyone, especially whenever it's helping me try and make the weaponizer combiner. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one next time I do this.